Greetings, good people, and welcome back to some Sparking Zero content. I don't really want to waste you guys' time, so let's get into this update they just dropped. All stages are available for local play now, you guys. At first, it was only Hyperbolic Time Chamber, but now that is no longer the case, my good people. You can play on whatever stage you want as of today. The character selection screen also received a change. Now, you can select your character in order of sagas. And if your character has a transformation, the slider will pop up and you'll be able to pick that transformation. There are a ton of people that want the character selection screen to look exactly like this. So I hope you guys are finally happy that you got what you want. But after seeing the character selection screen this way, I actually prefer the old way because it's easy to overlook the character you're choosing and end up wasting your time that you need to choose your team. Luckily they thought about this because you can switch the view and change it back to the old way if you want to. Also, you can select team presets for your teams inside this game. And it's pretty easy, you guys. All you gotta do is select your team like you normally would, then go to presets and save current team. Then that team will be saved and you'll be able to instantly pick them next time you choose. I'll show you some teams I picked for my presets right here.
I'm done with you. My turn. My turn. Justice to be served. Oh, my killing nurse. I got this one. Be power. I'll jump in.
Also, if you're wondering, the first preset team that I chose, they're my mains in this game, the characters I use the most. This team right here, this is just my animal team. They're pretty fun. But let's get into the new mechanic they added into the game. They only added one, and you guys, I think this is probably going to be the highlight of the update. This mechanic damn near changes everything about movement when it comes to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. The first dash that you just saw was a regular Dragon Dash. Now check this out. What you just saw is called a high-speed Dragon Dash, and it's different from your regular Dragon Dash. That's a high-speed Dragon Dash as well. This is a regular Dragon Dash that you're about to see. You see that prep time that Goku did before he took off? That's the regular Dragon Dash. In order to do this after knocking your opponent away, let your feet hit the ground first, then press L2 and X directly after. You'll dash faster than usual. And you guys, you're gonna have to experiment with this like I did here, because you can end up doing some interesting things with this, really. Here's some cool looking movement tech that I came up with by adding old knowledge into this new little dash that they added into the game. Wait, let's go back and look at that. Does that camera angle look familiar to you? If it does, it's because you've seen it before. This was the camera angle that Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 3 always took once you end up doing a lift strike combo. And you guys, they implemented this and put it inside Sparking. And you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was yelling, jumping, screaming in utter excitement that they added this. It is an extremely nice touch to the game. But anywho, there's the little movement that I've been practicing on with this new mechanic. And you guys, I love doing that. It is extremely cool to do. To be able to dash at your opponent and then still catch them in the air after doing some key blasts on their side is kind of crazy. It looks extremely cool. Along with the camera angle change once you do the lift strike combo, it's crazy, you guys. I love this new update. And here's that speed difference one more time. It's extremely fast, you guys. It's extremely fast. But that's not the only thing that they changed inside the game, you guys. Super Perception on a revenge counter only costs 1 stock now. I don't know why they made this change, but I think it's pretty smart because a lot of guys use revenge counter for no reason, and this is kind of good to punish them for it. Also, Super Saiyan 4 Goku also got a buff on his I'll kill you in 5 seconds skill. The skill still lasts 5 seconds, which it should, but it only costs 2 skill counts, which it should. I think that's a very smart change. and it also received the buff in its damage. So if you use your rush skill and then use your ultimate while your opponent is on the ground, you'll end up giving them a lot of damage. But there's a trick to this, you guys. A lot of people are going to want to use this in a combo, and I'm going to tell you here, I don't recommend it because I tried doing that. And considering that they just added damage scaling into the game, you're going to end up doing a lot less damage than you actually think. Here's a combo that I did, and as you can clearly see, this combo did nowhere near as much damage as that first little combo did when I just used the skill and then went into my ultimate. Also, you guys, I know you'll be extremely happy to hear this, but Dr. Willow's tackle is no longer a infinite. You can block this, so nobody can cheese you with this. It's completely useless now. Also, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta had received a buff, you guys. Stardust Breaker can now break combos and Ki Blast volleys. So if you ever catch yourself inside a bind, you can use Stardust Breaker to break yourself out of it. And another thing that's worth talking about, all skills and ultimates now shoot a little slower than they normally would. So all those skills that caught you extremely fast that you just absolutely could not vanish, you shouldn't have a problem with that anymore. And if you do, you definitely should know that's a skill issue. But even Galactic Donuts from Gotenks and Super Boo has been nerfed. You guys, this is a very, very great change to the game. And I can't lie, you guys, I very much welcome this change. It is a very, very great one. Because a lot of people's go-to is to knock you away and go into that ultimate, but now you got a little bit more time to either block it or vanish it. Also, Ki Blast spam is now nerfed. It's gone, it's dead. No one can do this. All those Broly mains that went for this as their go-to to win, there's no way that you can do this now. There's a certain amount of Ki Blast that you can do in between each volley, so there's no more spamming this, you guys. Same thing goes for Kefla. I know one guy that's probably going to be super mad at this, but who cares? But let's get into the next best thing, you guys, and that's the camera. There's a type A, the one you're used to, and there's a type B camera that was just added into the game, and that's this. This is a cinematic camera. This is basically the same exact camera angle that it is in Tenkaichi old game. So this is going to be looking good for a lot of you old heads that like Tenkaichi and want your game exactly like that. But other than that, I think this is really cool, you guys, because it helps you focus on the fight because there's so much going on. Having the camera this close helps you keep up with what's going on in the fight. And check this out, you guys. Here's a change that almost no one is going to point out. Your characters will shit talk each other during the match now. They added extra dialogue. Check this out.
You just don't learn. 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 You just don't learn.
Of course, each character has different sets of dialogue, so you have to play and mess around to see what character will say what, and it's very, very cool. But I'm sure you guys are seeing this in the background, and this is the Z counter change. They made it faster the longer it goes, which is exactly what it should have been when it first came out, you guys. So that's really, really good as well. After Image also received a nerf. If you guys notice, if you move during your after image strike, like let's say you're trying to attack, then you'll cancel your own after image strike, like this guy did here. As you can see, he used after image on the first strike and then started moving, and then I ended up attacking him. I got a feeling a lot of people aren't going to be satisfied with this change, but I think it's good because you can't be aggressive while you have after image strike active. But anywho, you can skip your intro now in the beginning of fights, you guys, and I think that's great as well because this helps you squeeze as many fights as you can in an online queue. But you guys, you gotta have you and your opponent press start in order to skip the intro, so yeah. But you guys, there's been a nerf to one character when it comes to full power charge, and full power charge gives you your ki back instantly. These characters I'm showing you here are a few characters that have it, and all of them still cost 2, but UI Goku on the other hand, his cost 3, so he has got a nerf, and the other characters did not. Shockwave of Rebellion also got a 5 skill count nerf, as well as any instant spark skill. They all cost 1 skill count more. But that's gonna do it for this video, you guys. That's pretty much the important stuff when it comes to the update. That was a lot in itself to me, but if you think it wasn't, hopefully you'll get the update that you're looking for in the future. This is good though, because this tells us that they actually give a damn. So that's a good thing, you guys. But other than that, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.